Well, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends. And welcome to this, a brand new day. Yes, indeed. A new day of hopes and dreams, of metabolizing, of people no longer metabolizing, and of new people beginning to metabolize. Yay, metabolization is good. Definitely a thumbs up on that. It is dark outside. It was kind of, I can't even remember if it was wet and raining last night. I don't think it was. It was dry. Yes, now I do. And it's not raining now. It's just dark. So, yay. Joy on that. One good thing that's going on, Amelia is doing much better. She's not completely out of the woods. She's not as active as she used to be. Her entire spine is bony. So she's got that thinness of age, but she eats, she drinks, and oh my God, I'm having to go out and buy cat dirt by the ton again because she's just guzzling water once more. So thumbs up on that. I'm glad I was able to buy her tuna fish because that seems to have done the trick and gotten her through whatever was happening. Oh. Of course, yay, front-loading videos for YouTube algorithms, of which I'm going to speak more on later, I hope. But hey, if you could toss me a like if you like what you hear and see, that'd be awesome. If you could subscribe to the channel, if you haven't, that too would be great. I love comments. If you could leave me a comment, that would be truly awesome. Thumbs up and thank you. And I do like to thank my Patreon patrons, these beautiful and awesome people that literally help to keep me alive. It is a good thing, greatly appreciated on my part, I tell you. I mean, I enjoy metabolizing, as mentioning the whole metabolizing part, and these people definitely help me to stay metabolizing, and that is appreciated to no end. So thank you so much, each and every one of these beautiful people. Definitely a thumbs up on that. And the show more for the video, if you can even access something like that on whatever device you're watching on, there are links to the Patreon if you want to become one. So thumbs up on that. Front loading a video over. Thank you, YouTube algorithms. So real quick, I'm going to talk about that one. I spoke yesterday about how I'm not chasing YouTube algorithms on my reactions channel. I mean, I'm chasing it and then I'm just doing reactions, but I'm not chasing it and then I'm doing anything, I'm not just doing this, stuff that's popular. I'm doing what I think I like from the suggestions given. Oh, goodness gracious. I took a big old sip of soda before I started recording, and I thought I'd gotten all the gas out of my body, but apparently the gas in my body begged to differ. My apologies. But again, I had spoken about, I'm doing what I like, and I like to listen to difficult music, and so I'm not really paying attention to which videos do well versus which videos don't. Serendipitously, or synchronicity, or just a coincidence, because life is life. There is a video by a guy called Nick is not green, and he does a second channel, Green is not Nick, something like that. But he's a young guy in some New York-ish, East Coast-ish stuff. But he was talking about how there's burnout and what's happening in YouTube not valuing creators. Because if YouTube chases the short term to the point that they crush YouTube creators in the short term, leaving nothing for long term. And long term is what you want, but YouTube doesn't give you a chance to do that. One of the things on the YouTube Studio, the place where you upload things, there's the analytics on the very first page. When you go there, it shows you how your videos are doing. And as he mentioned, it is very demoralizing because it shows you the very moment that your new video goes public. It shows you to the second how it is performing against your most popular videos. Stressing right there that you're doing something wrong. You are doing something wrong. This video is bad. You need to do videos like these ones. It's just gone public and they're already telling you this is awful. This is awful. It is not performing like these ones. Do this stuff. Up until the point where it suddenly will be doing good, maybe a week later, maybe a day later, maybe a month later, it will tell you you've made a horrible mistake and you should never make videos like this. And then when it starts doing good or hits that threshold, it goes, oh, yes, this is one of those you should copy. And so many YouTubers are finding, yeah, if you do a video and it doesn't perform as well as your other videos, YouTube does not recommend to anybody your other stuff that you've done. They recommend other YouTubers who do things like the thing you do that is popular. So if you do a video that gets a lot more comments from people saying, oh my God, this is the stuff that we like. This was great. Please do more videos like this. It's not like the videos that do well, and so it doesn't show that video to people. Yes, people love it when they find it, but the algorithm isn't going to show it to anybody because it's not like the other videos that do really good. And so there are so many YouTubers that talk about how they feel trapped. You watch the beginnings of their careers where they do a lot of stuff, and now it is just the same video all the time, just in a different package, because you got to chase the algorithm, because if you don't do what the algorithm wants, it recommends somebody else who does stuff like you used to do. So yeah, it's oy vey. So goody on that. Yeah, I have given up any hopes of being an actual YouTuber. I do all this stuff just for me. The small amount of money that comes in from YouTube, I get paid once, sometimes twice a year, $100 from making my videos. That's fine. I don't do it for money or fame. I do this for, first off, me and my mental health, and then number two, there are people out there that do enjoy watching some of the things that I do. That is appreciated. I would hate to just vanish. So my audience may be exceptionally tiny, single digits instead of triple or quadruple digits, but I want to make people happy. On top of other things. I've said it before, I'm in love with the sound of my own voice, always have been. I've been a talker. I like doing things like that, which has made it weird. I thought, until mentioning it to my therapist, when we were talking about autism and autistic people, and yeah, I was big into acting when I was younger. It was my alcoholism that ruined that for me. But I was huge into acting, and a lot of people who have issues like autism, being an autistic person, it's easier to deal with when you're acting because everything is scripted. You don't have to worry about how you're supposed to interact with other people. You've got a script to follow, and you can act and do that, and it all makes sense. So, yeah. But just thought I'd mention that out of the middle of nowhere. Also, there's other stuff doing here. I did want to talk about this one real quick because statistically, I am one of a very, very few numbers of people. Now, you're going to find people like me everywhere, so we're not a vanished breed or anything, but I am a recovering alcoholic. It is a struggle every day. It's any addiction that changes you will be an issue every day, sometimes minor, sometimes major. But I am a recovering alcoholic. I've been sober since the year 2000-ish. It took a lot of rehabs and one behavioral stay for 2 months in a place where I finally was able to get and stay sober. But I have been sober since the year 2000 and it's 2022. Statistically, I don't exist. Statistically, people like me do not exist. When they check alcoholics, they'll do checks on people as parts of studies that have been addicted and have gotten clean, and they go through and they check on these people after 10 years. So they go through and they check on heroin addicts, they check on cocaine addicts, they check on all these drug addicts, and they see how that they're doing, and they do that after 10 years. They have to do that after 5 years for alcoholics, because after 10 years all the alcoholics have relapsed and died, so you have nobody to ask. That's bad. So if you have alcohol problems, get a handle on it quick and soon. Don't be like me. I should have died in the first place with my alcoholism when I went finally into not rehab, it's I can't remember the name of the place where you go to dry off. off your first spot. I went to the ER so that I could get sober. I blew a .544 on the breathalyzer. I had more ammonia in my body than I should have. Your body makes ammonia, and so you have a certain amount of ammonia in your body no matter what. They had never seen as much ammonia in a living body as I had. They'd only seen that amount in autopsies. So it was kind of scary. I probably shouldn't have survived, but I'm still here, and statistically that don't happen. Also, so far, doing better on something else as well, so there's hope on this front too, sort of. I've been heavy my whole life. When I was 19, I was in the Air Force. My weight limit, I was supposed to be 196. I struggled with that. I was at like 200 my entire Air Force career. Before I went into the Air Force, I had been up to 220 before I was even 19 years old. And then afterward, my weight went up and down during my alcoholism. Once I was down to as low as 170, and then came back up, and then it went back down again at the end of my alcoholism because I couldn't eat. I just threw everything up. But after the death of my wife, I ballooned up to over 300 pounds. And during the time I was married, I was between 240 and 290, so I've been heavy my whole life. But I've also got really, really sick in like 2015, 2016, 2014, 2015, before I'd even started up my YouTube stuff. I got so sick for a month and a half, everything I ate came back up. I must have gotten just enough nutrients to stay alive, but I went from 325 pounds to 160, lost half my body mass. I have stayed under 200 since. It has been a struggle these past year and some to keep my weight under 200, but I have been under 200 ever since I lost all that weight. And statistically, that doesn't happen either, because your body wants to get back up to the weight that it was. Your body considers whatever your highest weight was as the baseline it should be at. So you drop in weight and your body continuously tells you, you are underfed, you are cold, you are this, you are that, you need to get back up here again. So if you can lose weight and keep weight off, statistically, you don't exist either. Because people that lose weight, unless you've had surgeries and stuff that make it impossible to eat enough to gain weight, well, you will gain it back to some degree. I mean, I was down to 165. I'm already struggling all the time now between 190-ish. So yeah, statistically, I've even gotten that back, but I'm still underneath my, weight when I was younger. So thumbs up on that. Just thought I'd mention. Then of course I have not a whole lot left here on my list of topic stuff, so I'm just going to try and talk a tiny bit about the Crimson Kingdom and the inside-outside Razor's Edge stuff, because one of the things I was thinking about is, that would be kind of a shocker for some people who are on the inside. Because I'd mentioned, and I know that really sounded cryptic, that the Crimson Kingdom is expanding their technology stuff, and they're bringing out one of their mobile phone cell tower things into the town. I can't remember what name I've come up with, because I want to make a name that's not something that's really in use, but it's like Brookerton, something like that. And they're putting in one of their booster towers there for people at the site on the outside who want to be able to use cell service and the ThruNet on the inside while they still live out here. Now that's fine, that's good. I mean, it's kind of odd as a person who lives on the outside in a city on the outside to see a vehicle from the Crimson Kingdom way on the inside installing equipment. That's weird, but hey, thumbs up, you got to expand, but look at that from the inside person's point of view. If you're on the inside, there's just the inside, and there's glamours. If you're on the Razor's Edge, there's the inside, and there's the outside, and then you live right there in the transition area. When you come to the outside, there's glamours. Not many comparatively, just a sprinkling. But oh my gosh, they only know of one door on the inside, one door on the Razor's Edge, and that's the one that leads to the outside. When they come to the outside, For the first 24 hours, it's sort of just a blare of noise, and it feels like, oh gosh, there's not much out here. But after 24 hours, when your senses begin to differentiate that, you begin to notice that these are all doors, not glamours, that are yelling, and you can differentiate all of the various doors out here, that all of them leading to a different inside, and there are more doors than there are glamours on the inside. Yeah, it's a shocker for people like from the Crimson Kingdom, used to the human-centric, inside of the Crimson Kingdom. And they come out here where it's dull. Everything that's here is here. Reality is flat. But oh my God, all those doors. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. Going to go through and thank, however many people have left comments. Not many, but thank you for each and every one of you that does. Anything more than 0 is greatly, greatly appreciated. Definitely a thumbs up on that. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I can't American Sign Language, well, my depression, fibro, ADHD, oh boy. So I do the best I can, and that's good. So we have Zach Goodrich, thumbs up, and thank you for the advice. And we have Confused Owl, yeah, burnout's fun, and I'm trying to do my best, so thumbs up on that. Cuban Missile Fish, I like the name, and thank you very, very much. It is appreciated. No Mo for you, thumbs up, I like the name. We have Favel, greatly appreciated. There is Ben B, good to see you, and thank you. Jocelyn Williams, enchilada indeed. And excuse me, total failure of vocal cords. And Ice Damon, thumbs up and thank you. 8 people left me comments in the past 24 hours. Thumbs up. Thank you very much, each and every one of you. It is greatly appreciated. Get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, if only a text and only for a short time. Thumbs up for that. Yay. Again, I don't know what device you're watching this on, so I don't know if you even can watch the video description and see any of the text comments, or if you can leave a comment. Now, I know on my PS4 I can't read comments or see text descriptions, but how do I say this? I've forgotten where I go with this already. Well, there's Twitter and Facebook and Patreon, and again, I want to thank my Patreon patrons, these beautiful and awesome people. Hoagie smokes, I derailed myself entirely by breaking off and talking about other stuff. Oy vey, thank you so much for being beautiful and awesome people, all of you beautiful and awesome people. And if you watch all the way through to this far, thank you so much for doing that as well. And thank you again. These people are great. They help keep me and my pets alive, and that is appreciated. If you'd like to help me out without becoming a Patreon, I do have a PayPal link, and there's also an Amazon wishlist link with stuff like cat food, and there's a really soft, cute plushie on there. So if someone could grab that, that'd be awesome. Again, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot or do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence, a definite thumbs up, and of course, if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, very, very cool, greatly appreciated, and a definite thumbs up. My hand movements are insane. Thumbs up on that. Not auto stimming, but stimming. Well, as I vlog, yeah, on that. Well, son of a gun, hokey smokes. I have got to call the hospital today. I keep forgetting to do that, and I don't want a ER visit hospital bill going to collection. So I got to call up the hospital today to apply for charity care on that. So hokey smokes. Yeah, I got stuff to do as well as being creative. And of course, please seek creativity, positivity, and balance in your life. There are more things, but this is a good foundation to start with. If you can find others, well, good. Like I say, it's a good start, but it's not the only one. And of course, with the Gofefe bug still raging, and people who are unvaxxed still just dying like flies left and right from this, please, if you don't have to go out amongst the unmasked, unvaxxed, mouth-breathing masses, please don't. And if you do, wear a mask. Any is better than none, but do the best you can. Maintain your social distancing. Try not to touch your face. Wash your hands often. Get vaxxed if you haven't, and if you can. There are some that can't, but if you can, please do. And if it is available, please get a booster. So, So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And that is, well, in my book, a very good thing.